Hail.
Hail. Bunch of little pea-sized hail. This doesn't feel very good. Yeah, pea-sized hail is not too friendly feeling.
I have many treasures to see. Come back soon.
anywhere.
Tornado watch is in effect for most of the area, so you know, because we run out of roads on this, we may. Oh boy. Trying to think what we can do. When it's time to leave this storm to reposition farther east, we can either core punch it and go north, and then east on 40 and down Highway 3, or we can go back to Encino. Let me see how far it is back to Encino. I'd rather do that. 20 minutes. Probably end up having to go back down to Encino. Alright, we've got a great view for now.
Oh, you drive a hard
I am
bargain.
just incredibly impressed with this storm. We've been so lucky. Making a good time lapse, be able to really see this thing spin. I'm gonna position us just a bit this way. Just so I can move that camera a bit so it's not pelted by the small hail. Just rotating us a bit so the lens on that 360 camera there over on the left of the car isn't getting full of rain. Water droplets on it ruining the lapse, but you can see it looks like a wall cloud trying to condense in there. You see that lowered portion there in the center? That's trying to condense into a wall cloud. We've had several wall clouds come and go on this storm, and this thing's rotating. Wait a bit, you can actually, if you probably play back the stream a little bit, you'll probably see the rotation in it. If that thing with tornado right there, it wouldn't hurt anybody. It's literally just open land. It's just like brush. It's just brush. So that would be a good spot if there was a tornado. Still tornado warned. We may have to go south a little bit, but remember we had those good big hills that we can stop on. So we've got good visibility. We may have to go south a little bit because we could be getting into the spot where we start to get some big hail here soon. And if that's the case, we'll just leave it south.
I can't attack. I need a target.
You wade to a river of souls, stranger. It is best to turn back.
Yeah, this thing's got some work. If this produces a tornado, it's gonna have some work to do.
This was once a place of peace, a place for eternal rest.
Walk on really needs to
Rivers
condense.
of the damned, rise! Rise in the name of darkness!
rise in the name of Neptune! Beckons.
A lot of rising motions there. I know it's kind of hard to figure out that fine detail. Starts raining, because otherwise you see water on the camera.
An eternity in darkness. Every time that walk off, I'm gonna get it back together and pull it apart again.
Ancestors of the Shadow Man, shine in the darkness, lend me your strength.
Back down.
Shall rise again. Their soul will not
Yeah,
hear
it's just
us.
kind of raggy.
He hears only
Maybe it'll get it. I
darkness.
mean, maybe another cycle or two.
Yes, come closer. Your souls are strong and proud. I will feast on your terror.
Definitely got rotation of the entire squad band. It's still on the field and it's not taking a while. Go down here to the next one. Nice thing about watch it right. I'm thinking about right here.
Just maggots swarming to the corpse of a dying god.
The thing in the middle there, I think it's spinning that. I guess I think I would call that a ball. mean, I don't know if I would call that wall cloud, because it's like it's more so just like wall cloud wrapping up. Not pretty well. No, that wall cloud. Very well defined wall. I was just arguing with myself whether I would call that a funnel or part of a wall cloud or wall cloud. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Yeah, the only reason I said stop is like tunnel, like a bit up there in the middle. Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely trying. Maybe it'll go here and cycle it too, because if it doesn't, we're gonna be kind of screwed for a bit. 'Cause we gotta go so far out of position to move. Yeah, the thing is, it is good. That happens sometimes. Back to the live camera. I think it's trying to. Definitely looks like it's trying to walk. Right, we've gone maybe a half a mile of the road and we're just getting that vehicle recall. The hill that we were driving to. That's how it took it that long for the hail to reach us. We literally just drove up and over the hill. This storm is not in a hurry to do anything. It's not in a hurry to tornado, it's not in a hurry to move, it's not in a hurry to do anything. Radar rotation's not the greatest, but radar coverage here is not the best. Okay, see like that gray area in the middle of that right shot. That's where I'm watching. Awesome.
The darkness, it flows within me. The Shadow Moon cannot be defeated. We walk in the realm of death itself. Kindling of bones. Army of the dead, arise! Will ripple across eternity.
Yeah, this is taking a little longer than it was either gonna crap itself or possibly it was a tornado. They might have canceled the tornado warning. I don't see it on the screen anymore. Regardless, it's not bad. Tornado warning or not, it's still a beautiful looking storm. Definitely we need to keep an eye on it. Maybe beneficial. Hold on.
I don't
County,
have a
Colorado, tornado warning.
I need a target. I don't have a target.
I have many wares.
Could ramp itself back up again. We've seen that happen a lot these past few days.
Punches, lucky doos, and roofs.
I'm gonna stop here again. Top of this hill.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles, like you.
You break it, you buy it. Pleasure doing business with you.
We're gonna find a spot where we don't have to look. Pull in here a bit to get an angle at this.
Just the thing. Wanderer, beware of Yeti. I have many lucky doos you like. Hey.
Coming together again now, isn't it? Interesting.
Range.
Yes, that's coming together quite quickly, folks. That thing is right. Just get motion on the back of it, though. Okay. So here's
Without the ones like you working tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. No matter your industry, Granger's here for you with professional grade supplies. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
strong motion right there. Look at that. All that rising motion. Strong updraft. Really strong updraft. Actually impressed. It looks better than it did when it was tornado. You can see that thing is just spinning in there. And it looks like nothing on radar. Honestly, this thing looks like garbage on radar. You know, it's done. Obviously, it's missing something. It's had this issue the whole time, where it's just been. It almost looks like something, and then it falls apart, and then it looks like something that falls apart. I have to get moving south soon, and then probably go back up Highway 3. I imagine. something soon. Get to know how it goes. There's one off to the south too. I don't know if it's got the same characteristics. Man, if this was gonna produce a tornado, this would be the spot. But land, what do you there?
The core warrior talents that you know and love. Impending Victory is a powerful self-healing ability on a very short cooldown. The healing has been nerfed from 40% to 30%, but it's still incredibly strong. Energy is another essential, which is excellent for peeling physical damage, CC, and interrupts, and assisting your teammates. Double time is excellent for increased mobility. As a melee, you can
Not sure. Rising motion got this one month trying to reform. Oh, it's just gonna drive straight through it and head to Gary.
deep wounds, rend, and thunderous roars. Bleed
Is there something going on over there? It may be. Oh, I think I see that on radar. Does look good, though, doesn't it? Yeah, it's tough choice. I'm not going to give it that much longer. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty obvious here in a couple of minutes whether it's going to fall apart or do some struggling this whole time.
So, okay. Wrecking Throw. If we're fighting mages and paladins, I feel like Shattering Throw is the play. Everything else should be Wrecking Throw. Right? Right, Paladin?
There is a storm south that you can carry. That you went down with the B1 bits? Negative, somebody else. Greg, is that you? Can you hit the INT button? Just push the left-hand side button on one of the transmits. Every time you hit the carrier. Good to see you again.
Havoc.
I may go for the Southern Storm, folks. I don't think this one's gonna do it. I'm gonna start dropping south, everybody. Give it like 2 more minutes, then I think we're gonna head south. Yeah, that'll let us play that Southern Storm somewhere near maybe here Sumter, farther out, a little bit east, then we could be in a better position to go after it.
borrow me.
I think I want to go south. That's the last one. It was not
amongst pagans. I am a rock slide. I will expose your existence. I return to the
How about that for a view?
Bro, I need to stop getting fucking backs and shit, man. That's all I get.
pleasure to break you. First, I break your spirit, then I sell your future.
Oh, we'll take it.
Many wares. Farewell, friend of the Grummles. Good fortune, all friends of the
Look at that
Grummles.
shot, though. Holy crap. This is why I kind of wanted to drive away from it a little bit here. I wanted to get a good view of it from a distance.
Fallen Ranger auto attacks can no longer miss.
Holy crap, this is great. Look at that thing. It's better than yesterday. can't get ugly storms anymore. They're all freaking like the best thing I've ever seen. Holy shit.
See, this is how I know this tier list is not accurate. 2v2? That's not true. It's Disc Priest by a mile. It's not even close. Then we got Fury Warrior. Yeah, it's not even remotely close, bro. Destro. Boomy's nowhere on this list. That is the best man.
Well, we're gonna sit here because that's freaking an incredible shot. Holy smokes. You can see the entire supercell. In fact, you can't even see all of it. The sun is too big.
So 2v2. Fury Warrior is the best.
I think this got spearboard again. No, it didn't. They just updated it. Sorry about the view being a little crooked. We're sitting kind of weird.
Fucking Guardian Druid, man. Yeah, this is a lot more fucking accurate. Look at this website.
Yeah, we're gonna let this one sit here and spin a little bit until we go to a different one because this is just a great shot. I'll straighten it out a little bit in a time lapse or whatever. We'll just crop in a bit and straighten it out. I wish I could get a more level shot for you, but we're sitting at a weird angle on the side of the road here.
Really? Fury Warrior. Hey, that's that website.
Oh, I have no idea. We'll give this another couple of minutes. And then we'll move on. We got to give this a little bit of attention here, I think.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Grimlock video. This will be my tier list so far for the season of 10.1, Season 2 of Dragonflight. These are going to be my opinion on what I think is really good, what I think is really bad for the game. So, just to start things off, obviously, all the tanks, they're horrible. I mean, you know, if you're playing a tank, you gotta cut that out. You gotta cut that out mad quick, because tanks are not the move. I'm just gonna rename this tanks, actually. Can I spell? There you go. Alright, and let's just get into the classes, I guess. So Frost Death Knight, I play a bunch of Frost Death Knight, as you guys all know. I don't think Frost Death Knight's very good. I think it's kind of gimmicky, especially this season. It feels good with Devastation Evoker, and that's it. Maybe TSG, maybe with a Warrior, might be pretty good, but I don't know. So I'm gonna put it C. I don't think it's that good outside of Devastation Evoker, and Devastation Evoker's pretty good, but it's not that great. Maybe. No, I think it's C. I just don't think it's that good. I'd say Unholy's a little bit better, but I don't think it's better. I don't think it's that great either. I think it's really good with like Havoc, maybe even a Bullet Cleave or a Feral Druid. Feral Druid's pretty good right now. I could see Walking Dead being pretty good, but again, it's such a caster-heavy meta right now with Rocks being so good that I don't think these are gonna be. I mean, DK is great in the casters and all, but they're just so squishy right now. So I don't know. But I played against a recent, like, decent amount of Havoc Demon Hunters lately. I'd say Havoc probably falls under the like A tier. I feel like it's really good. It does a lot of damage, but it doesn't. It does die. It can die pretty quick if you're not good at Havoc. I think the Fell Lance thing is really strong, and it's really good with our next class here, Boomy, which is definitely S tier. Super good class. Does a ridiculous amount of spread pressure, does a ridiculous amount of single target damage, does pretty good off heals. It can live for a while with Bear Form and Frenzy Regen. Super good. This comp right here, though, Havoc Demon Hunter and Boomy, definitely an S tier comp if you're going to play. Really good. Feral Druid, kind of low-key good. I think it could be A, but I'm going to put it in B because I haven't fought against a lot of them, and the ones that I have fought against I beat pretty decisively, so I didn't get to see them that much, like Jungle Cleave. I saw Jungle Cleave, and that was pretty decent. I feel like Survival Jungle Cleave might be better than BM Jungle Cleave. I think BM's not that good anymore, so I think BM might be C tier as well for the bit right now. But let's do the Resto Druid. Now let's see, Resto is like low-key good. I think it's really good with casters in general. I feel like God Comp is really good, like Shadow Priest Fire Mage or Shadow Priest Frost Mage. Resto, I feel like that's actually pretty good. So I feel like it might be B tier. None of the healers really feel bad, I guess you could say. Maybe Holy Paladin. I don't know. I feel like even Holy Paladin's pretty good with specific comps. But yeah, so B tier for Resto Druid. Devastation Evoker. Like I said, its main comp is Frost DK Devastation Evoker, and with Frost DK not being that great, it's like, I kind of feel like putting Unholy up here, because I feel like Unholy is just better than Frost DK. But Unholy did receive like kind of like a big nerf, and I haven't really seen anyone playing it. I think I'll put it here though, and I guess I'll put it back where I was. But anyway, Devastation Evoker. I do think Devastation Evoker has some really good hidden comps, like Devastation Evoker Ellie. Super good. I swear, it's crazy good. The off healing is insane from those two. Like, Devastation Evoker heals for so much damage, it heals for a lot. And it has good kite potential, and if you're going after the Devastation Evoker, you're leaving the Ellie open to free fire. If you're going after the Ellie, you're leaving the Devastation Evoker to free cast heals and also do a lot of damage. So it's a pretty good sound comp if you know how to play double caster. So Devastation I would actually put in A, maybe high B. I'd say high B because the comps it plays, like for instance Devastation Evoker Frost DK would get slaughtered by Boomy Havoc Demon right now. Most likely. I mean, if you're good at playing. Like, for instance, their entire go can be stopped just by the Demon Hunter's Darkness. You know, like, that kind of stuff is really detrimental when your entire go gets stopped by one single character's ability. It's really hard. To be fair, that's really good. But anyway, Preservation, low-key really good. Definitely better than Resto Druid. I'd say it's probably A tier. I feel like it might be S tier with the certain comps, but Preservation Evoker is really hard to play because it's so short range compared to other healers, and a lot of healers like to just sit back and like PvE heal. But I feel like Preservation is low-key really good. Survival Hunter, very good. It hits kill shots for like 150k consistently, and it hits explosive shots for like also 130, 140k. And if you line up the explosive shots with like volley, I don't know, I think it's volley, something like that. You can like AoE explosive shot, if that's still in the game, I think it is. But either way, I've gotten hit for easily 70% of my health in one global because the explosive shot hit at the same exact time, and it just slaughters you. So I think I'm gonna put them up here under Preservation because the comps aren't that good right now. Because a lot of casters are good, and a lot of hunters don't play with casters really. I think a good comp that's like really low-key underrated is KFC with Arms Warrior. Like Arms Warrior, Survival Hunter, Disc Priest, or Arms Warrior, Survival Hunter. Like even Preservation Evoker could be pretty good because you're all close range there. It's hard to say. I feel like the thing is though with that is like if you're gonna play Survival Hunter and play KFC, you almost might as well just play Turbo Cleave because Turbo Cleave is just infinitely better. But I mean, you know, you could probably push pretty high with Survival KFC, I'd say. Marksman I haven't fought against a lot. I feel like it's super cheesy and really easy to shut down. Even easier to shut down than Frost DK's damage. So realistically, I think it's a little bit better than maybe it's not as good as BM actually. I don't know. It's definitely right next to BM, but I feel like Hunter in general is kind of like not that great outside of Survival. And even Survival is kind of gimmicky. It might be B tier instead. It's definitely low A tier. Arcane is definitely the worst mage spec right now by far. It's probably better than Marks with less good. Worse than BM. I'd say Fire is significantly good. I don't think it's S tier. I think it's A tier if anything. It's really good. It does so much damage even after the clicks for their ignite. I play Fire RMP right now, and Fire it feels really good. It feels pretty solid, and I'm new to playing mage, so that's saying something. Also, Frost is really good. I would say Frost is probably a little bit worse than Fire, but pretty much the same. Like you can do the same amount of, like similar amount of damage, I would say, as Fire. Maybe not as bursty, but more consistent, and you have 2 blocks, which is really, really nice. You don't have to cauterize, obviously. There's like range trades for each, but I would say both are really good. Probably in the same spot. Like if it could overlap these, I probably would. Mistweaver, Caster Mistweaver right now is very good. I would actually put it in S tier. Caster Mistweaver, you can keep people alive. Their throughput healing is insane, and their cooldowns are really detrimental. So for instance, if you're running like Havoc, if you're running Boomy Havoc and Mistweaver for instance, and you're playing against Frost DK, Devastation Evoker, Disc Priest, which is pretty standard. When the DK pulls you into the freezing sleep, the monk can either instantly teleport it, like mid death grip, which has happened to me a bunch of times, it's super annoying, or like the Demon Hunter can darkness it, the Mistweaver can renewal it, or Restoral, depending on what talent you're playing. Restoral is really good because you can use it with stun, I think that's how it works. I'm not honestly not sure. I don't play Monk. But, yeah, you can do so many things to just shut down that comp, and they can't do anything to shut down your damage. Your damage is just for the entire game. You, like, AoE cleave them to death, and they're both super squishy. So, like, really, realistically, Boomy Havoc should always beat Devastation and Frosty K, in my opinion. Unless if you're like really bad at Boomy, I guess. Boomy can die pretty easily if you're bad at it. But, anyways, moving on to the next one. Windwalker, super low-key good. I would actually... I think I'm going to put it above Mage. It's kind of a hard say, because it's a really, really high skill cap, really hard skill ceiling, too. Like, if you're really, really good at Windwalker, you'll be super good. If you're not, you'll be kind of bad. If you want to watch a really good Windwalker, I would suggest going to watch, like, Thuy. Thuy's ridiculously good. He streams on Twitch. He also posts YouTube videos. Very good at Windwalker. But like that's an example of somebody that's pretty scary on that class, and its burst is wild. It can do like 200k DPS in a single stun if you sit a stun, so it's pretty scary, pretty good. I would put it here just because Windwalker Boomy is a comp and Boomy is so good. Also, Windwalker Lock is a comp and locks are so good.
And Page has a 20% chance to
like the fact that works out that way, it's really good. Low key, I think Windwalker Enhance is probably one of the more broken comps in the game, but nobody's playing it for some reason. And I think it's probably because they're really squishy and they don't have a lot of like peel ability. But I think Windwalker Enhance is crazy because if you are playing Enhance, you can Bloodlust a Windwalker really good. You know. Vice versa. It's pretty crazy. But either way, Holy Paladin. Holy Paladin's probably in B tier. I would say it's a little above Resto. I honestly, so to be fair, guys, I haven't played with a lot of Resto Druids or against a lot of Resto Druids, and I know their Life Bloom is buffed, and it ticks for like 80k or blooms for 80ks or whatever, and it's really good. But I haven't seen enough of them to know really where it lies, so that's why I'm kind of putting it in this like middle category, because it could actually be like S tier, or it could be like worse. But I'm just gonna put it in the middle category. I think it's probably close to Holy Paladin. Holy Paladin has so many buttons that I think it's an absolute monster in 2s. In 3s, it's a little harder because like you'll run through your cooldowns really fast, and there's so much AoE damage going out right now between like Boomy, Destro Lock, Havoc Demon Hunter, Frosty K, Devoker, like those types of comps, like anything that does AoE damage, Holy Paladins struggle to heal through, I feel like. So that's probably, you know, why it's not very like, I feel like Holy Paladin's definitely one of the lower tier healers, though it is good. It's not terrible. Ret Pally, they're not their former self, but they are still very good. I would put them, I'd put them above Mage just because of the comps they can play, maybe. Like, I feel like Mage is only, like, really good with maybe Mage Lock and Mage Rogue. Maybe even Mage Boomy if you're, like, willing to just PvE damage the entire game instead of polying. But I feel like Mage has, like, a very limited amount of comps compared to Ret, whereas, like, Ret can play Ret Warrior, Ret DK, which isn't ideal. And then, like, Ret, you know, Lock, it could play so many good comps like that. Ret Rogue even. Ret Sub-Rogue is actually kind of scary right now. So there's definitely comps where Retribution Paladin can shine. And I feel like it does a lot of damage. Like everything it presses still hits for over 100k, which is scary. Anything that can do like over 100k back to back is pretty good. I.e. Star Surge. and like everything here, literally everything in this row can do over 100. Maybe even Mage Boomy if you're like Destro Lock, Havoc Demon Hunter, Frosty K, Devoker, like those types of comps, like anything that does AoE damage, Holy Paladins struggle to heal through, I feel like. So that's probably, you know, why it's not very like, I feel like Holy Paladin's definitely one of the lower tier healers, though it is good. It's not terrible. Ret Pally, they're not their former self, but they are still very good. I would put them, I'd put them above Mage just because of the comps they can play, maybe. Like, I feel like Mage is only, like, really good with maybe Mage Lock and Mage Rogue. Maybe even Mage Boomy if you're, like, willing to just PvE damage. damage the entire game instead of polying, but I feel like Mage has like very limited amount of comps compared to Ret, whereas like Ret can play Ret Warrior, Ret DK, which isn't ideal, and then like Ret, you know, Lock, it could play so many good comps like that. Ret Rogue even, Ret Sub Rogue is actually kind of scary right now, so there's definitely comps where Retribution Paladin can shine, and I feel like it does a lot of damage. Like everything it presses still hits for over 100k, which is scary. Anything that can do like over 100k back to back is pretty good. I.e. Star Surge and like everything here, literally everything in this row can do over 100k in 2 globals. So yeah, Disc Priest. I think Disc Priest is probably the best priest healer. I mean, I think it's better than Holy by far, but I think Holy's getting some crazy buffs tomorrow, and with those buffs, Holy might be better. So this tier list might be a little adjusted by tomorrow, but either way, Disc Priest, very good. I would say Disc Priest is probably on par with Preservation, maybe a little bit better than Preservation, maybe higher than Mage even technically. So yeah, I put Disc Priest here. It's pretty good. It's not S tier. I think Mistweaver is really good. Maybe it is S tier. It's really good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put Disc Priest S tier. It's very good because it matches well with everything. Like everything does so much damage. You just play Dark Arc and you power infuse the Boomy, or you power infuse the Ret or the Windwalker, and you just nuke everything in sight. It's good with RMP. It's good with Devastation Frost DK. It's good with Jungle. It's basically good with every comp in the game right now. Like Disc just matches well. Same thing with Mistweaver though. Holy Priest, I haven't seen a lot of, but I have a feeling they're better. I think they're better. They're probably like high B tier. I think they're high B tier. I don't think they're better than Preservation Evoker. I swear Preservation Evoker is really good. It can heal for like a lot, and you can live for a long time if you know how to play with a Preservation Evoker. Also, I don't think people have gotten down using their like Deep Breath as a wall, because if you can hit through it and the enemies can't, and you just wall off your like team and you're playing double caster or something, you can like out double caster other double casters by just walling them off, and then you're basically like ice walled off, and you can shoot through the wall. Like your team can shoot through the wall, but they can't shoot through the wall, which is really good. I don't know if people have just tested that out or not, but I feel like that could be really good if played well. It's almost like a smoke bomb through your whole team for like 8 seconds, which is kind of crazy. Could be really good. But yeah, sorry, I got sidetracked with that. Disc Priest, very good. Shadow Priest, crazy good as well. I would say Shadow Priest is A tier. I'd say it's one of the better. This is hard. I'd say it's about there. It's probably equal to Mage. It might be a little bit worse than Mage because of the comps it plays, but personally I think it's so tanky that it is better than Mage. It also does a ridiculous amount of damage. Like Void Torrent hits super hard. Disperse is really good, Lifeline is really good, Power and Fury is really good. So, and they also cleave pretty hard. They're pretty solid. I would say they're pretty equal to Fire Mage right now. So there's that. I have not played against like a single Assassination Rogue, which is crazy. Everybody's going sub right now. But I swear Assassination is actually kind of low-key good, because a lot of people talk about Dark Iron Dwarf, and your needs actually stay on people. So. And with Holy Paladins not being like crazy good, buffs don't happen so frequently, and Rets are like hit or miss. So Ret is really dangerous. The Sin Rogue is super hard. So like with Boomy being good, Sin Rogue is pretty good. But really, if you're gonna play like a Sin Rogue style, you probably want to play Feral. I feel like Feral is actually probably better than where I put it. I think Sin Rogue is probably around here too. But I think Feral is better than Sin Rogue in most situations that you would play Sin Rogue right now.
Oops.
Like with a Mage, like I think if you played FMP compared to RMP with a Sin Rogue, probably struggle. I think sub RMP is way better than Sin Rogue. But anyway, that's how I feel about Sin Rogue. Outlaw I think is kind of garbage. Again, though, I haven't seen enough of it to really judge it, but just based on like what I know about Outlaw, I feel like it's kind of trash right now, which is a shame. But Sub Rogue I would say is better than Windwalker. Definitely super good. Plays really well with Mage, plays really well with Lock, plays really well with Boomy. I mean, it's iffy with Boomy. I think the fact that Boomy breaks so much CC it struggles with, but if the Boomy player has like kind of control over their buttons, you won't have too bad of an issue with it, I don't think. It's also, it enables a lot of classes, so like it will enable hunters to kind of thrive a little bit. It's pretty good. I would say Sub Rogue is definitely A tier, especially because if something trinkets, you can just 100
stop giving me this
by yourself most of the time.
it's so fucking frustrating, dude.
Pretty crazy. We got Elemental Shaman. I play Elemental Shaman. I also play Enhanced Shaman, and both specs are really good in my opinion. I would say Ellie below Sub Rogue. It's probably the third best caster in the game. I'd say it's the third best caster in the game, behind Lock. It's really good. It's kind of a struggle though. I feel like Shadow Priest could be, like, these two places can be swapped. Like Ellie could be where Shadow is, and Shadow could be where Ellie is, depending on the comp you're playing. But Ellie is very good. I feel like Ellie Sub Rogue is super hidden. Ellie Windwalker, very, very good. Ellie Windwalker Disc is super scary comp because you have Power Infuse the Ellie Sky Blaze, and in a single leg sweep you just kill the entire team if they actually are in the leg sweep. You can kind of like redirect people with static into them. I don't know, I feel like that comp is really gross. You can dial it in and play it for a long period of time. Either way, Enhance, super good. Enhance is probably the best spec in the game besides Boomy. It's like equal to Boomy. It might be better than Boomy though, because it has so much one-shot potential that's like really, really scary for a lot of teams. And it has a lot of survivability with its new buffs, so I think, yeah, I think it's definitely hand in hand with Boomy. Boomy just does so much damage, it's unreal. Resto Shaman. Resto Shaman I haven't seen a lot of. Again, it's kind of like Resto Druid to me, but I feel like its toolkit is really good, so I'm gonna put it at a high B tier. And then Affliction Lock, I played against a couple of Affliction Locks, they're kind of garbage. I feel like in 3s you can definitely out-heal Affliction Lock's damage pretty consistently, but it's not terrible. Probably gonna put it above Priest, like H-Priest. Put it under Sinroad because I think Sinroad is good. Demonology, very good. I'd probably put this one here because its damage can get shut down really easily with roots, which roots are super, super big in the game right now. So much AoE cleave in the game right now. Also, their pets I feel like don't do as much damage as they were doing. Demonic Tyrant is super easy to shut down. You just like, you know, kidney it every single time it comes out. It's pretty much over. It's pretty easy to counter with Lock now. Destro Lock, however, is not easy to counter at all. It is disgusting. Super good. Still, even after the nerfs, it's really good. It just does a ridiculous amount of damage, and it's instant cast most of it. The casts that it does do are on like the fire school, you know, Immolate and Incinerate. So when you kick and Immolate or Incinerate, they just free cast Chaos Bolts. If you don't kick Incinerate and Immolate, Incinerate does like 80k damage on top of the instant cast Conflag and instant cast Shadowburn, so they're just hitting you for like 120k every single time they cast an Incinerate. Because they just Incinerate into a Conflag or Conflag into an Incinerate, vice versa. So if you don't kick it, you die. If you kick it, you die. Horrible. It feels horrible to play against Destro Locks. And they're immortal. They're really hard to kill. They have Dark Pact, which is a minute cooldown, but it absorbs like, I don't know, 400k damage. It's pretty ridiculous. And they have Hellstone. They have Portal. They have Hate. They have Aura Mastery, which is a shield wall. They have so much stuff to live. It's disgusting. And they have a spammable CC. They're, like, if you're playing Boomy Destro right now, or Destro Enhance, kind of gross. I swear. You're kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little crazy. But moving on to our last class here, we got Warrior. Arms Warrior, still really good. Plays super well with Enhance. I think it's less good than Fury though. And for that, I'm gonna put it right next to Ellie there. But Warrior can play with a lot of classes. Warrior can play with Ellie. Warrior can play with Havoc. Warrior can play with Enhance. Warrior can play with Destro. Warrior can play with Windwalker. Warrior can play with Ret. You like literally every one of these classes he can play with. This entire tier he can play with, like a Warrior can play with, which is really good. And I think Fury is probably the highest A tier. It's borderline. I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's better than Havoc maybe. I think Havoc is better, but I haven't fought against a lot of Havoc, so it's hard to tell. I just know that Havoc is really good. So I'm gonna put them there. I think that's how I'm gonna organize it. I'm gonna look this over really quick. It feels wrong to put Death Knight as the worst class, like worst specs in the game, but I actually swear it is. It is really, really easy to like. Maybe Arcane is worse. Arcane is really bad. And Outlaw. I think Outlaw is kind of bad too. So maybe that. I think this is it. Survival Hunter though, really good. Kind of low key. There's a lot of classes here that are low key good that people aren't realizing right now. And so yeah, that's my tier list for 10.1. Obviously, leave a comment below if you enjoy this video. And I hope to see you guys soon. I'm going to be posting a guide probably this week on one of my classes, whether it's Ellie, Frost DK, Shadow Priest. It'll probably be Shadow Priest because I've been playing a bunch of Shadow Priests lately. I've also been playing Fire Mage, so there's that. I do want to get an Ellie guide out there though for you guys because I know you guys like Ellie content and I like playing Ellie. It's just I don't play Ellie a lot right now. There's not a lot of people playing Ellie. But I might play Ellie Windwalker with my teammate. For the memes, because he has a Windwalker, and that would be kind of fun to mess around with, so we'll test it out. But either way, guys, this is my tier list. I'll see you guys soon. Oh, also in the description, you're going to see a link to my Discord. Please feel free to join it. We'll talk, we'll chat, have a good time. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Okay, I swear that's actually really good. This kid just dies in the opener, so whatever.
The darkness, it flows. The shadow moon cannot be defeated.
What's that?
We walk in the realm of death itself.
I'm gonna grab that.
I gotta read it.
I got the bop on. Oh my god.
Kindling of bone and shadow. Army of the dead, arise!
Good.
Everybody, we're doing into another Super Tease video, and one of my aims on this channel is to keep you up to date and ahead of the competition, and I would be doing you a disservice for not providing you these type of videos. 10.1 PvP tier list update. A lot has changed, and a lot of things have been uncovered since my most recent PvP tier list, so it's time to start talking about them, which specializations are coming out on top. You can see that I have delineated this tier list a lot more than others because I think that the specializations are really close to each other in terms of power, and the slight differences of them could be the difference between A+, or A, or B+, or B. If you're F, it's gonna feel bad, man. All right, Blood Death Knight. Speaking of F, I don't think the specialization is gonna see a ton of play. It's just, just not really there. It's not doing enough damage to really see a lot of play. Frost Death Knight. This is one that's getting a big update in this patch. It's getting a lot of sustained damage buffs, but it's also getting burst damage nerfs, and the niche for Frost DK is burst damage. I think they have one composition you can play at the moment, which is Devastation, Archer, Discreet, and Frost DK, and I think they might have neutered that composition by doing the things that they have to Frost DK, and I'm a bit worried that the sustained damage for them is not going to be enough. So I'm very close to bordering Frost DK into F. It's kind of a wait and see, but I really don't think that the sustained buff and offsets to Pillar of Frost are going to really net you. They're going to have to do more, I think, than what they've currently done with Frost to get into a competitive position. On Holy DK, you've seen some nerfs to your zombies, which, I mean, maybe you could cheese it in or something, but I wasn't really seeing it as being, like, super broken. Especially relative to a lot of the other things. There's a lot of things that are broken, which honestly feels pretty good. If we get all the specializations feeling broken, I think that's actually a good place. With the nerfs that are coming into it for Morph Explosions, it's probably like a B+. I think it's still a decent position, but definitely not as highlighted as a lot of the other specializations. You could make it work if you're a diehard. For Demon Hunter, this specialization is getting even more damage. This specialization is going to be really scary, I think, when it comes to 10.1 PvP. I'm actually throwing it up onto the S tier. I think things like Balance Tier Demon Hunter are going to be really strong, but it's also going to be really good with other classes. Just has a lot of synergy and versatility for solo shuffle and stuff like that. It's going to be a strong getting damage buffs. Vengeance Demon Hunter, I actually pulled one in the World PvP clip that I got, and this thing just doesn't do any damage, which is really bad. Balance Druid is another specialization that I think is S tier. Do note that I don't have a God tier. I don't think any specialization is actually worthy of having a god tier. This would be something like high burst damage, insane control, infinite survivability, and immortality. I don't think anything is hitting that mark. S tier is just really solid competitively at the moment. Feral Druid, this is another one where I actually think it's S tier. I think it might be a sleeper specialization. A jungle cleave specifically. Things like Survival Hunter really flew under my radar, but having experienced it, I think that jungle is actually pretty strong. And since the Holy Priest buffs, that could be a really good healer to bring in for that composition. Guardian Druid, you're definitely more viable than Blood and Vengeance, but it feels dumb putting you on Frost, so I'm just putting you on F. Because I think Frost is still probably going to be better than Guardian. Maybe it's close. Resto Druid, this is one that I think I undersold a bit, but not by much in my most recent video. I think it's a bit stronger than it was before. It's a specialization that you can make work similar to Unholy DK, but it definitely doesn't have anything about it that's making it shine to me over any of the other healers. Just pretty straightforward. You're going to run into some mana problems. The Purge Protection talent isn't that great. So probably pretty average if you're a diehard Resto Druid, and I'm sure you could find ways to make it work, but it's just missing a little bit of shine. Devastation Evoker, I think actually a really strong spec. I've seen a bunch of compositions with it starting to pop up. It's Subtlety Evoker, which I'm going to be uploading a YouTube short about with how much damage it could actually do. The fact that your AoE damage goes through Smoke Bomb, goes through Shadowy Duel. It's actually a very scary synergy between the two. That might be the composition that you're going back into with Frost DKs getting nerfed, honestly, or some other type of pairing. It's definitely better than it was last patch, but I'm still a bit worried about being intermittent. Either kills them or so as far as where I want to put Evoker, it might just be B+. I think it's a little bit above average, but it's again not shining to the others as long as you can predict his damage. Super good noob stomping spec. Like if you want to pick something and just like one-shot people and you're not really too worried about being competitively viable, I mean it's gonna be able to do that. Preservation Evoker, I think this is one that's A+. I think that brings good damage, good healing, good mobility, nice utility for its allies, and top for his mana. And I also give it one top of 9 instead. The rogues are actually a lot stronger so I think that might be something back from being last tier. So I think rogues can bring that down and problem in these situations. Beast Mastery Hunter, a lot of it. I was expecting to see more of it, and we really did a lot of it. It's really good for these dog classes. It's really got good systems, but I'm actually not putting it on A+ for right now, and I think it's because it's just, I haven't seen it enough to really say that it's like an S tier specialization. I think that it should be, but I don't know why suddenly nobody is playing it. There's got to be something going on with it. So A+ I think makes sense. Still really high and really good survivability in the classes. Survival Hunter, this is one where I'm actually putting it onto A tier. I think that specifically is a really top composition for it. And the AoE disarm is actually phenomenal for a lot of compositions like Turbo Cleave that just absolutely mows somebody down in a quick second. Having that as a utility is a really nice bonus. It was definitely spot on here for 6.1. Marksmanship Hunter, this one I don't think is as good. It's probably B. I haven't seen any of it. That's insane. More reliability. I think survival is actually better than it on this patch. Just nothing about it was standing out from what I've seen so far. So pretty average. Likely you could make it work if you're a battle marksmanship player, but it's not as easy. I don't think it has anything to shine. Arcane Mage, I think this is an A tier specialization. Tremendous burst damage, Arcane Surge, missile pressure, really good defensives and mobility. Still a really solid position. Definitely a strong caster. Fire Mage, this is one that's coming up in the S tier. This one, Flying with the Radar, got some buffs specifically to its Ignite, and has a bunch of talents like Glass Cannon that can just absolutely mow people down. Like Fire Mage is doing more damage than Boomkins in some cases, and Boomkins are insane on this patch. Fire Mage is really strong. If you're coming back to Mage, you've got to be playing Fire Mage for sure. Frost Mage, I think, is actually probably the weakest out of the Mage specializations. I'm putting it on B+. I think the can still make it work. It's getting a small damage buff on this patch. Still pretty standard play, just keeping Blizzard down, spending Ice Lance, running around in circles away from your opponents, but I don't think it's going to be close to the power that Fire's got. Maybe Arcane even probably edges a bit ahead of it. Mistweaver Monk, I think this is a pure healer. Even with the Fistweaving changes, I think Fistweaving is still good in dot classes of Shadow Warlock and Boomkins, and you can really cover those classes with that build. And then otherwise, the Caster Mistweaver is still really efficient. Brewmaster Monk, just throwing this down onto the same as the Frostgate. Now I'm throwing it on the F tier. Windwalker Monk. This is one where I actually want to say it's S tier. I'm going to put it on A+ for now. Maybe I should bring Feral down to A+. I could see Feral being yeah. Again, this is close. Although this is a close between S and A. I think A+ for Windwalker. It's just doing really big damage. Like really big damage on this patch. Since all of the damage buffs, it's going to be feeling really strong in that sense. I think defensively is probably where I'm holding it back from being into S tier. Because you can get cut down pretty quickly. Holy Paladin. I thought this was going to be a really powerful healer. It's likely going to get better with set bonuses. But I think it's starting to fall behind a bit for right now. I still see like the main Holy Paladin making it work, but a lot of times you can find a Holy Paladin, people, it definitely is. They're just really weird. I feel a lot differently when I'm playing with Holy Paladin on my team compared to my healers. Rework in 10.5. That's where when the 4-piece and rework comes out, things are likely going to shift for this special a lot in the future. Right now, in this most recent patch update, I don't think it's that great. Prop Paladin, surprisingly, I think it's going to be better than the other tanks. It's doing a lot of damage with a lot of CC, a lot of utility, a lot of defensive, putting it just on C+. For Ret Paladin, I actually think that this specialization is either A or A+. I think people are sleeping on it. I think that a lot of people re-rolled Ret when it was ridiculous last patch, and now it's not like super ridiculous, so I think it's garbage. But if you're just good at it, it's actually really good. I've gotten a lot of cards of who's dominating and expecting like there's no chance. It's definitely a lot better. I think it's undersold how powerful it actually is in this patch. It's not going to be as easy to run as it was in the last one, but it's still really good. Disc Priest, this is another healer I think that was S tier. It's got really good mana efficiency. Power Infusion and Dark Art for some burst damage that the classes are pumping out. Fire Mages and Warlocks like have really powerful synergy effect. It's a really good healer. Holy Priest getting a ton of buffs for all of its overall which is likely going to put it in a really competitive spot. I'm a bit hesitant to say whether or not it's S tier or not, so I think the safe wise probably A. I'm expecting it to be better than Druid and Paladin, but I don't know if this is focused or Disc Priest just yet. But it's got a lot of buffs. I think it's really good. I think Survival Hunter, Holy Priest Feral, or Rogue Survival Hunter, Holy Priest. The comps could definitely see a resurgence. Shadow Priest, I think this class is likely A+. I don't think it's an S. I think that's something to counter it. That's preventing it from being an S. But it's just overall really good damage, still really good instant CC, really good match closure as well, and has good synergy with a lot of other classes and nice utility with things like Master Spell, and it's still a really strong competitive class. Assassination Rogue, I don't think that this specialization is the best rogue specialization. I think it's probably like a B tier. It's still really powerful. Straightforward down, kidney shot, death mark, do a bunch of damage, but you can counter by the effect and things like that. I think it's probably just middle of the pack. So that's Assassination Rogue main. You can make it work, but it's also a bit flimsy defensively. Outlaw Rogue. This is similar to Frost Decay. Really having a great spot. Some of these guys have better burst. Assassination is better burst. Assassination is better sustain. Defense is about the same. Vicinity is actually the tankiest deck. With the way Vanish is working at the moment. I think Outlaw is one that could have been really on this patch. And Subtlety. I actually think Subtlety Rogue is an A+ specialization. It does huge damage since the bug fix that they just applied to it. I think we're going to see a lot more of it with like Rogue Mage, but even just with other classes, the Shadowy Duel one-shot can definitely enable you to carry games, getting back into a similar position to where it was last patch, even despite all the conflict changes for it. This patch, I think it's actually really good. Maybe A. I'm just going to say it's A. I think it's A+. I think it's A+. I think it's really good. Ellie Shaman's getting a minor damage buff. Defensively, you can still get run down in some situations, but you're definitely one of the top. So it feels really weird not putting you on S tier. I would either say A or S. I think your damage is easier than Shadow Priest. The reason I think it's S, but it's actually worse. Maybe because of that trade with them. This, I don't know. I actually, these are all really close to each other. I think Ellie is Enhancement Shaman, this thing is absolutely bonkers broken. Like the Wizardry build, I don't know if you see mowing people down, has really good healing, really good defense. Burrow is an extra defensive, is really strong. This thing is absolutely insane. Really powerful. Resto Shaman, also really strong. Really good mana efficiency, really good wizard cleave healer, and against wizard cleaves. Putting it on A is kind of a weakness for it. It really depends on the matchup. Healers are more dependent on what other healers are against. This Weaver doesn't do it first, and this is better. Good situations feel good. But others as well. And I still think it's an A+ overall, though. Affliction Warlock, I think this is probably an A tier class. It just does really good overall damage. The split souls thing can sometimes catch somebody off guard if they don't know what's happening and haven't picked up their soul. But I don't think it's as strong as the other Warlock specializations. Demonology, this is one where I'm not sure if I should say it's S or A+. It's really close to either one. I think maybe A+. I don't know. I want to say that it's A or S. I want to say that it's S. You can see how hard this was to delineate because like every spec has something about it that's absolutely crazy. Destruction Warlock, you're getting a little bit of a damage nerf, but I think you're still strong, and you're probably actually still S. This is where like Demo and Destro, it's hard to delineate the two. Maybe situationally, I think Demo is better than Destro, but other times I think Destro is better than Demo. But they're both really bonkers. Arms Warrior, you get a big Skull Splitter nerf, and I think the Sharpened Blade nerf is likely going to take you down from S. Now, whether or not it's A+ or A, I'm not sure, but I think Sharpened Blade lasting 2 seconds long or 2 seconds shorter duration is a big nerf. That's where most of your momentum is created as an Arms Warrior, and the Skull Splitter burst is also one thing that was enabling you to get like a ton of cheese damage out to something like Enhancement Shaman has available. I think it's definitely getting taken down a little bit, but it's still got a really good kit overall, and having 2 different stuns to utilize, that I don't think it'll fall much further than that. Fury Warrior, this is a tough one. I think it's better than people are selling it for. I don't think it's in the Frost and Outlaw tier anymore, but I don't think it's like insanely good. I think it's somewhere B+ to maybe A would be a safe bet, and then Prot Warrior we're just tossing in down here. Not really much to talk about it. Okay, so let's take a final look here at the tier list. We talked about everything. I just want to make sure that like maybe I want to make like a readjustment, a little tweak. I think maybe the one thing would be Feral Druid. I might put Feral Druid down here on A+ instead of S, but it's really close. Like these are really close. And maybe Subtlety Rogue on A. I really think we're gonna see a lot of Subtlety Rogue though as time goes on. But maybe right now A. That's a really tough one to move around. I'm for sure on Demon Hunter. This one not so much. Maybe Ellie is down on A too.
Coin purse for you?
Just because of defensively. I'm thinking like overall. Yeah, maybe down here. I think defensively this is where it's gonna get it put. I think Cyclone is probably what's making me think Boomkin is up here. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good on this. I think we're well decided on this. These are specs that you can make work, but there's nothing really that's making them like shine compared to other ones. These ones are looking really dull and not super competitive. These guys need help. These guys need help, and these guys just don't exist. This is just Prot Pally. Prot Pally does its own thing. Really powerful. Like these rows are really powerful. You're gonna feel really strong. This one is definitely like underrated. They're good, but they have something about them that can be exploited, I think. But you can be really powerful on them now in this patch. So that you can see on this patch, a lot of things are strong. Definitely would probably be better for them at this point with how many things feel really strong to uplift some of the specs that are struggling or don't have something about them that's making them shine. But other than that, I hope that you guys enjoyed this tier list. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Think have anything that can enable you to win a game. But other than that, it's only hard because you have to cast UA. So is that super hard? You're really tanking their own tier, right? They're on their own tier. They're on the tank tier. And this is basically it. We've got Feral, we got Arcane, we got Windwalker sub, hardest, very hard. Hard classes, Preservation, Resto Shaman, Survival Hunter, Shadow Priest, moderate level, Outlaw, because I think it can play more brawly. Unholy DK. Is Outlaw maybe? more fair. I think that's probably more fair. I do think assassination is easier though than the other rogue specs for sure. Interacting with your allies, a little more demanding than Frost. Again, compare melee to melee, range to range is probably the only way to do this. I think that's it. I think we got our tier list here.
Fucking 13,000, bro. So stupid, bro.
Good. We must have arrived before Terangor and Gul'dan. Naomi is working to bolster the defenses against their assault. Follow me. We will report to her. Beautiful, isn't it? Just think. You're one of the first outsiders to see inside Akindun. Strange. Why is the door sealed? No matter. Let us proceed. The Vindicators and Exarchs of the past. Heroes all. Their souls still remain with us here.
As for you, I think it is fitting that one of my tools dispatches the others. Protect her! Destroy these intruders!
None live who assault the holy Oculi. I will strike you down!
Still answers her call. You will have to defeat it. She got away. The defenses. Can't help. So many of her order were corrupt. I will gather any who remain loyal here and protect them. You, please, go put a stop to this madness.
It's too far. I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
will coil your souls into darkness. The spirits are mine to command. Until my master comes. Okanai, secure this chamber. The barrier protecting Okindun is asunder.
It's too far away. I need to get closer. It's too far away. In the words of this world, all worlds shall burn.
Been in defensive stance this whole fucking time, bro.
Die in
I wonder my damage is lower.
burn in the master's fire. Our destruction!
You did it. Here. This is not enough to thank you for your actions, but it is what we have to give. Now...
I have many, many wares. Good fortune to our friends. Beware of Yeti.